Good afternoon, dear students. I am Devendra Tiwari, Assistant Professor in the Department. Today, I am going to present you my YouTube video lecture on the topic Distributed Energy Resources in Power System. So, I am sharing the slides of this YouTube video lecture. Hope this will be very interactive for you. So, now let's start this concept of distributed generation. So first of all, we should be able to understand what is distributed generation. So as we know in power system, as per the modern era, now active participation is already visible from consumer side. Previously, they are just as part acts as a passive part. That means we are just seeker of energy. But due to new technologies and new advancement, new reforms, they are now contributing in the generation part. So first of all, we should understand what is distributed generation. So distributed generation, also distributed energy, or we can say on-site generation, or we can say decentralized energy, is electrical generation and storage performed by a variety of small grid connected or distribution system connected devices referred to as distributed energy resources. So conventional power stations such as coal-fired gas and nuclear power plants, as well as hydroelectric dams and large-scale solar power stations are centralized and often require electric energy to be transmitted over long distance. Further, you can understand with the help of this diagram, you can see here is the left part, which is shown in purple color, is the yesterday, that means the old. Now this is the new age era. Tomorrow, you can say understand the point consumer, distribution, transmission, market, and production. So we can say first price consumer. In the previous part, consumer is only passive, only paying. Nowadays, we can see here active participation in the system by the consumer. Also distribution from this is one side, top to bottom only. Now here, both ways, consumer is taking active participation in generation also. Also, reforms has been done in transmission system. This is a old system. This is a new system. We can clearly understand this is now including a small scale transmission and regional supply compensation. And market, previously it was just centralized, mostly national. Now it is decentralized, which is the most concept of distributed generation. And in the age of production, only few large power plants active in the previous days. Nowadays, many small power producers are there. So we move to the next slide. Now, DER, that means distributed energy resources features. So by contrast, DER system, distributed energy resources are decentralized, modular, and more flexible technologies that are located close to the load they serve. That means they are on the consumer side, although having capacities of only 10 megawatts or less. These systems can comprise multiple generation and storage components. In this instance, they are referred to as a hybrid power. Also, DER system typically use renewable energy sources including small hydropower biomass, biogas, solar power, wind power, and geothermal power, and increasingly play an important role for the electric power distribution system. Also, the ER system can be classified as distributed energy storage system because it is having the facility of storage also. Go to next slide. Benefits of DG, we should be able to understand what the benefits of distributed generation. So, as per environmental impact, reduces the need for electricity from centralized power plants, which can be more harmful to the environment, such as coal power plants. Lots of fumes generated there and mixed in the environment. Also, efficiency, DG can be more efficient, flexible, and economical than the old age centralized power system. Also, stability point, DG near consumers can help stabilize the electrical grid. And the technologies are solar, wind, CHP, micro turbines, and gas turbines. Now move to the next slide. DER interfacing and issues. There will be some issues which are now sorting, but we should be able to understand what are the issues in DER, that means distributed energy resources. So by means of an interface, DER systems can be managed and coordinated within a smart grid. Distributed generation and storage enables the collection of energy from many sources and may lower environmental impacts and improve the security of supply. Some issues are there. One of the major issues with the integration of DER, such as solar power, wind power, etc., is the uncertain nature of such electricity resources because these sources are depending on nature. This uncertainty can cause a issue, but it is very limited. Next slide. Problems associated in the distribution system. We can understand, we should be able to know what are the problems which may be associated in distribution system. So following are the problems, it makes supply demand relationship extremely complex because nowadays both are participation of consumer, which is very good point, but to understand, to find out supply demand relationship, we have to do some hard work and requires complicated optimization tools to balance the network. Also, it puts higher pressure on the transmission network, and also it may cause reverse power flow from the distribution system to the transmission system. So these are the some small limitations which are with distribution system. Overall, we can say distributed energy resources part is very essential part, which is imparting, which is making consumer feeling more happy, more lively in active participation for the energy sector. So I hope you will understand this video lecture, and we will meet in the next class. Thank you very much for watching.